Turning to business news now with Anusha Bradley. And Anusha, New Zealand has recorded the highest current account deficits since the global financial crisis.
Yeah, that's right. So the balance of payments is the difference between how much the country imports and how much it exports. And due to a record number of imports in the first 3 months of this year, the current account deficit for the quarter was $2.8 billion. That's the highest since 2008. On an annual basis, the deficit's more than $8 billion. As a percentage of GDP, it's widened from 2.7% to 3.1%, and this is the important bit because that percentage helps to determine the country's credit rating and also how much it costs to borrow money from overseas lenders. So the current account deficit is widening faster than the Treasury has expected. This announcement was a surprise to the market today. Historically, though, it's not so bad. 3% of GDP is actually quite low. There's been years where it's been 10%, for example. Anything over 5%, that's when the credit rating agencies start to get a bit worried. What's helped us recently is the booming tourism sector. It's really helped to reduce the deficit. Analysts expect that export volumes will pick up this year, though, because milk production is up.
And Anusha, fresh signs the housing market is stalling.
Yeah, so the latest data from the Real Estate Institute shows that nationally house prices are flat. That's because of a slowing rate of growth in Auckland, which is offsetting the increases in the regions. Nationally, house prices rose 6.2% in the last 12 months, while in Auckland it's just 4.4%. So even though prices are still increasing, the volumes are down across the country quite significantly. The number of house sales has fallen 18% in the past year. In Auckland, sales volumes are down 27%. Rian says this is just maybe due to the annual winter lull. The upcoming election could also create a bit of uncertainty with buyers and sellers choosing to adopt a wait-and-see approach. Also, there are rate hikes on the cards eventually, so that may be sort of putting a brake on things as well. Interesting, though, is what's happening with auctions. That's always a good sign of what the market's doing. Once it was all about auctions in Auckland, that's changed. There were only a quarter of the sales in Auckland last month were sold by auction, compared to nearly half a year ago.
So a dramatic change. And what's been happening in the markets?
Yeah, so the New Zealand market, the NZX Top 50, has gained 43 points today. That's about 0.5%, to close at 7,483. The Australian market's up 43 points as well, and about 5,816. On the currency markets, the New Zealand dollar's buying 72.20 US, 95.7 Australian and 56.64 pence.
Thank you very much. That's Anusha Bradley.